Hello, I'm Michael Mayer from VocalWisdom.com, and in this video I want to talk about another Lamperti lesson. In these videos about Lamperti, I talk about concepts from the book about his teaching called Vocal Wisdom, and try to explain and describe how those concepts work. And in this one, I want to talk about humming with the mouth open. This is a description of what sort of good resonance, good vocalization feels like. Most of us, I'm sure, are familiar with what humming is. There's a way to hum that is like good vocalization. There's ways to hum that are not good vocalization. So again, we can't take anything totally for granted, saying, oh, humming, humming is good vocalization, so hum and then you'll sing well. That's not necessarily true. There's still certain characteristics, certain things that need to be happening to be good vocalization. And basically, the main one is that the voice itself has a good energetic vibration that is pure, that is secure. It's not being diluted by unvocalized breath that's escaping through it. And these are details that I talk about in all my other video lessons and writings and things like that. So if you want to learn more about that, explore my other videos, explore my blog posts, go through the history. There's a lot there. I know it might be difficult to find any particular detail. You can do searches or just start reading and see what you find and go from there. But so for today, what I want to talk about is, okay, humming with the mouth open. This is a description of what good vocalization feels like, sounds like. What is that? What does that mean? So humming is vocalizing with the lips closed, the mouth closed. And obviously it can be done well, or it can be done poorly, just as much as anything else with that we're talking about with the voice. But the main characteristic of humming is the sound, right? So when we're speaking, we kind of generally think of the sound as coming out through the mouth. Ah, a, e, o. This kind of a feeling is what we generally assume almost unconsciously. When we hum, by closing the lips, now I have a good vibration. That's a prerequisite. If the vibration is dull, the sound is going to, even on humming, is going to probably be dull. And so this hum doesn't really have a humming character because so let me define it. A humming character is where the sound is felt and observed by the listener to seem like it's coming out rather than through the mouth. It's coming out through the nose and the face. So this is what we mean by humming. Now this can be done, again, dull. This is a bad vibration, poor vibration. It can also be swallowed if we're opening this like a yawn. If we're taught to sing with a yawn space, and we hum like that, it's going to resonate back in this space because we're trapping the resonance back in this distorted pocket. We can also hum if we're vocalizing in sort of a spread Broadway manner. Now that's still kind of getting there when I close the lips, but still I can feel this is constricted. So that's not really, so we still want to have an unconstricted vocal tract, which I always try to find just simply through breathing, nice and smooth and relaxed. This is one place where relaxation is very helpful. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then then you can familiarize more with my teaching that relaxation is not always a good thing. But it is good for the purpose of getting to an effective starting point. We don't want to tense anything to get started. The mechanism, the airway, the vocal tract, the breathing, everything should be calm, relaxed, but vitalized, energized, ready to take action. That's basically, in a nutshell, where our starting point is. So with the humming, we have a relaxed throat so that there's nothing holding or constricting, where we are coordinating our breathing to not force it through the voice, but just have a simple, instinctive, automatic vocalization. And when we do this, see, I'm not closing the jaw too much. I'm just letting the jaw relax so it hangs open a little bit, but I can still close the lips. My nasal passages are relaxed so that the sound doesn't get constricted and sound artificially nasal. Like that, right? And see, when I speak like that, it's obviously distorted also. So we want just a nice, natural, undistorted tone quality where we're not forcing it, we're not placing it deliberately, we're not restricting it in some way where it's not being allowed to find its full acoustic result. We're not forcing with the breath, right? So it's just nice and calm and really simple, using the instinctive utterance of vocal communication. We want to say something. It has to really start with that. And you can sense now that without even trying, just from the natural vibrancy of the vocalization, these sound waves, this energy of sound is echoing, radiating through the empty space of the vocal tract and bouncing off all the inner surfaces. And because the lips are closed, we're noticing. Now this is true when the lips are open. That's the whole point of this description. But we might not notice it as much with the mouth open. And so the point is, close the mouth so that you can notice that it's natural for there to be tickling vibratory sensations in the face and inside the nose, and in the head a little bit too, but it all sort of kind of goes that way. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't just go straight out of the mouth. So sound radiates. It's a lot like light. It's energy. Energy radiates in all the directions. And so when the voice starts vibrating, it's creating sound energy, which radiates. But because of the shape of the vocal tract, which is just like a tube, those sound waves don't get to go all directions. They get reflected or dampened depending on what direction you're talking about. And they kind of just radiate then up through this. And they don't just go straight out of the mouth. So then noticing this tickling, it's subtle, but it's also very obvious, right? If you hum without this, you can notice and that presence, right? It's very present. And I'm not like trying to do this. If I were to try to do this, it would sound driven and I'd have some tension down here, stiffening to make it. So we don't want to do that. Also, this vibration is very efficient, very gentle, very clean. It's not heavy and thick. It has sort of a lightness and a thinness to it. That creates this that really encourages this acoustic condition that we want. So that's all related to. Notice I'm not pushing the air out. I'm not deliberately supporting. Also, I'm not vocalizing anywhere that's particularly demanding. So I can just do it simple. So then the idea is, once you are aware and familiar with that sensation of of the hum, then we want to have that quality when we have our mouth open. So ah versus ah or oh ah. And when we do this well, it feels like, the efficiency of the vocalization makes it feel like the sound is right on the lips, the face, tickling inside the nose, all in this quadrant, the roof of the mouth, and sort of in this area. And it's not down, not back, but not pushing it forward. See, I'm not making the breath, I'm not placing the breath either. It's just vocalization. The sound from that, it has its natural radiance, and we just kind of experience it. The face, the nose, and the lips. The roof of the mouth. And try to resist the temptation to emphasize or exaggerate any particular detail. Let it be general. Because sound travels generally. It doesn't travel specifically. Meaning sound doesn't naturally move like a laser. It's not a dot. It's not a stream. It goes like this in all directions. And so it should just follow the vocal tract out to the lips, the nose, and the face, which is the end of the two horns of the vocal tract, the mouth and the nasal passages. If we have the mouth without the nasal passages, yeah, it's sort of dark, and this can eventually get kind of woofy. So we want to watch out for that. So we want the humming with the mouth open is a kind of a guide. It's a test to ask yourself if your tone is balanced. It's a description, right? So all of these ways to apply it. Okay, so that's the key thing. You can assess the quality, the efficiency of your production by this simple concept. There's another detail with the humming that is helpful and not as obvious, is that when we hum, by closing the lips, we have less of a tendency to exhale with the vocalization. So if we're doing if we're kind of stuck being breathy and not getting a good pure vibration, and our breath keeps kind of escaping and we can't coordinate that, closing the lips can help balance that off, so that you have to try harder basically to keep the breath overpowering the voice. Now we're getting a better vibration. So another way to interpret this description of humming with the mouth open is this aspect also, in that it seems like it seems like the mouth is still closed. There's a seal across the lips, even though the mouth is open. Just because the mouth is open doesn't mean that the breath escapes out of it. So that can be a tool for us to, if we're having trouble keeping the breath balanced with the voice and not exhaling past it, we can use this tool of humming. I'm trying to pretend that we're still humming even when we're open on a vowel. So that we don't so that we don't exhale the breath. And you can hear how that distorts the vibration. It dilutes it. So in order to get more sound, we have to push the breath rather than having a pure vocalization just from the start. And so humming tends to, closing the lips, it tends to make it easier to just start rather than exhaling first. So that's a rule of thumb. If you're not familiar with what I talk about, that right there is the number one fundamental, is find that balance between the voice and the breath so that you're not pushing the breath out. Even just a gentle exhale is still pushing the breath out because it's going through the vocalization and it's diluting the vibration of the voice and not letting it be pure. We don't have to pinch it. We don't have to squeeze it. We don't have to do anything manipulative. We just need to balance it with our breathing. So that just means don't lead with your breath. It means let the voice rather than let the voice vocalize pure. Okay? So hum with the mouth open. Two connotations of that. Two ways of making that help us. One, pretend that you're humming even when you're singing with an open mouth. So that your breath stays under the voice, right? We've heard the term sing on the breath. Well, an easy way to remember what that means is reverse it. So the voice is on the breath is under the voice. Don't push the breath, don't release the breath, don't exhale the breath above the voice. So thinking of humming can help make us aware of that, help us actually accomplish that. The second connotation of this humming with the mouth open is the tickling sensation of the sound, the acoustic vibration in the face and the nose, on the lips. We want to feel that. We want to feel that while we have our mouth open too. Okay, so those two ways of using this concept of humming with the mouth open, very, very helpful. Really good guides. Very good way of guiding ourselves to keeping the balance of our vocal production, so that we don't force it, so we don't let it die into dullness. So if we're not vocalizing with enough intensity to make this acoustic response, to make the sensation of so if we're singing like this, and we close the lips, I feel a little bit on my lips. I don't feel anything in the nose and the face. We don't do it by pushing more breath. We just do it by vocalizing more completely. So it's more energy, but it's not energy of just breath. It's just simply overall a more complete saying of the vocalization, saying the vowel, saying the M, all these ways of going about it. Okay, so I hope that's helpful, maybe something new or a reminder of something you've experienced before and can help maybe break through to a new level of consistency for you. All right, so let me know how it goes. Questions, comments, here on the video, on the blog page, wherever you happen to be watching this and interacting. All right, look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Bye.